The promiser is the person who's in your inbox, on the phone, on the video call, and they say, if you give me a good discount on this one order, I can promise you a long-term working relationship with a bunch of orders to come. Hi everyone, it is Alex from Guiding Creatives, the community where I help creatives thrive by leveraging the gig economy to get whatever they want or need. This could be time, money, energy, capacity, community, whatever you're looking for as a creative, there's something here for you. Welcome to the video podcast, the YouTube, wherever you're watching or listening. So happy you're here. Today we're going to talk about a red flag client. So this is a series that I'm going to be doing, and we're going to give them these little funny names and we're going to talk about them. A disclaimer I like to put at the beginning of all of my client red flag discussions is when you are evaluating a red flag, you need to consider that this client may not know how the gig economy works, the platform they're on. They may not know how to get started or what is acceptable. They may have worked with freelancers that worked a certain way, so they have that expectation for everybody. And they may have a barrier when it comes to language, cultural differences, things like that. So when I say red flags and I talk about these red flags, I am going to give you a way to get down to it and see if this is really a bad client that you should avoid, or if this is a miscommunication, because a red flag sometimes is misconstrued. We can all be honest about that. But the point of recognizing red flags is so you can have your guard up, you can protect yourself, and you can either figure out how to work with this client in a sustainable and healthy way, or you walk away. So let's get into it. Today we're talking about the promiser. So you have definitely encountered a promiser. If you haven't, you will. This is one of the most common people in my inbox. It's a little bit of ego, right? I spoke on an earlier episode how a lot of people think that creative people are working and acting out of desperation 24/7. Even if you are a quote unquote starving artist, as people like to say, you don't act like it, okay? And it's not okay for people to treat you like it. You know, people are like, oh, they really need to work with me, so they're going to take whatever I feed them. No, okay? Don't do that. You know, if you're a client, don't do that. So let's talk about the promiser. The promiser is the person who's in your inbox, on the phone, on the video call, and they say, if you give me a good discount on this one order, I can promise you a long-term working relationship with a bunch of orders to come. And they may either promise this through they have multiple businesses they work with or multiple platforms they're on. They have multiple friends they can refer you to, or they have multiple projects that they will put you on. So they might offer this. You should be waving a red flag, but you should be hesitant because we need to talk about it. Some people may just be seeing if you're a good fit. I spoke about this when people ask for free work. At least this person is just asking for a discount and not free work, right? But they're still hoping that you will give them a discounted rate on the potential. And what I have to say is potential doesn't pay the bills. You know, potential doesn't make you more of a priority than a client who's willing to invest in me. Often people are just saying it to manipulate you, which is the sad truth. It's very upsetting when people take this approach because it's just not fair to you, right? This client is offering you this long-term relationship, and this is a little bit of ego. You know, this is what I'm talking about, the starving artist, is this client is saying, this offer will be so good to them, they won't be able to pass it up. I did this for a long time, okay? I fell trapped to this. And some people were honest. Some people did come back, but 90% never heard from them again. That is a red flag for me. And this is how you handle it, okay? Because like I said, it doesn't mean you completely write them off. This is what I offer to them. And I'm actually going to pick up my phone and read it to you because I wrote it very clearly and very properly. So I want to make sure I'm saying it right. Also, sorry, YouTube listeners, I'm not looking at myself. I'm not looking at the camera. I'm still learning. So potential doesn't pay the bills. I wouldn't say that to them, but repeat it to yourself. You know, hype yourself up, get this energy ready to say this. So you say, I offer a discount on subscription or bulk orders, which that's a tip of mine, okay? Before I read this, what you should say to them, that's a tip of mine. So if you have, like, for example, I do some YouTube optimization. If I optimize one video, it's a certain price. If you order 10 videos from me, it's a little bit cheaper. More than 10, I give you a pretty good discount because then it's more worthwhile for them to make a bigger order. And it's more worthwhile for you to work with a client that has a bigger order. And that's just the reality of it, right? So it makes the one-off orders worth time. And it makes the bigger orders worth the investment for both parties. So that's what I always recommend doing. We can go into that another time too. So tell them you can offer a discount on subscription or bulk orders. And you do this for returning clients and long-term clients. So you're happy to offer that discount on that premise. But one-off orders have to remain full price. Now, I do offer an option to do a discounted trial. So I spoke about this in an earlier episode. If you would like to do a discounted sample with a smaller delivery so you can see if I'm a good fit, I do offer it at this price. And set the price because they'll try to get it for free. Set the price. Some will actually agree to do the one-off full price because they're like, okay, so it's worth investing this because if it does work out good, I can get a discount on longer term options. Because you're almost like flipping what they offered you, because they offered you a one order discount and then basically full price for the long term, even though they probably would have tried to still get a discount. But what you're saying to them is, you pay full price for this and you come back, I got your back. I'll give you a discount on a much bigger order. You kind of reclaim control in that interaction. Or you just say one-off orders are full price and they just say, you know what, I took my shot, because what's the worst you can say? No. People like to bargain. Bargain is a normal thing. But you're allowed to say no. You're allowed to stay firm in your pricing because you've set it there for a reason and you're probably already undervaluing yourself. They may just take it and you might never see them again, but you also didn't get ripped off. So we take that, right? And then they might take the trial. You know, they might say the trial is the perfect compromise they're looking for because they just wanted to see if you were a good fit for a longer term collaboration. And then look, you've already offered them everything they need. They already have more respect for you. They think you're professional. They see your expertise because you are being confident, you're being firm, and you're saying this is what we do in this situation, which a lot of clients want their hands held because they don't know what they're doing. But this is when the red flag catches on fire, is when they either get defensive about saying, I'm offering you a long-term collaboration, like I am offering something very good to you, why aren't you taking it? That's not a client you want to work with anyway, because I get that they're paying you money and like there is some ego or there is some like, I'm doing something for you. But when you're paying for a service that has longevity, that goes further than a $15 order, they have to realize that, right? You know, usually a service you offer has value tied to it. It's not just a transaction that's going to take their brand, their business to the next level. It's going to help them on their ladder to success. It's not the flex that they think it is. And the fact that they're flexing that on you is this whole starving artist mentality. Like, you should be grateful that I want to work with you. You should be thankful that I want to pay you. And people with that mentality are not great to work with. You know, you can recognize that I'm so thankful that you trust me and you're paying me for this service. Like, I totally, like, it means so much to me because that does mean a lot to freelancers and creatives. But it shouldn't bring out this bearing sense of control. And when it brings control, the red flag, it's on fire, run. Stop, drop, and roll, get out of there. And then they just may get very angry at you, or they may say that it's not good enough. You know, any kind of defensiveness after this, you know, firm statement is just a sign you don't want to work with them. So this is when you just say no and you get on with your life. But often what I do to remain professional in these situations is when they keep pushing for this, I say, I'm really grateful that you consider me to work with. However, I have to be firm in this approach, as this is what I offer to all my clients. It's what's in the best interest for me and my clients. If you are looking for this rate, there are many other freelancers that offer this service that may be happy to work at that discounted rate. And listen, I hope nobody does. I hope everybody prices their worth. But it is true. There's a reason people choose you. And if they choose you and you're out of their budget and they're not willing to reach some kind of compromise, then they're not trying to work with you and figure out a relationship. They're trying to take advantage of you. And that's where you have to know the difference between my guard is up, let's fix this relationship before it starts, and the flag is on fire, get away from this person. So if you have any other client red flags that you have like stories about or you want me to talk about, I would love to hear them. All my links, social links, email, all that is going to be in the description. I just want to thank you for listening. The promiser sometimes is innocent. Sometimes they're just thinking with, you know, this opportunity they can give to you, and they don't mean any intended, you know, ignorance by it. But there are some people who are just trying to take advantage of you, and protecting yourself is okay in either case. But what's not okay is shutting people down or being rude or unprofessional because you've made an assumption. So tread lightly with client red flags. Try these steps. It'll show the true colors, and then you go on from there. So thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.